Uh-oh. I'm missing. Boop. There I am. There I am doing my thing. Got the wrong set of stuff all popped up. You can tell it's a Friday and you can tell it's a makeup show. But, as every good Friday show should, I'll start that bad boy with a cracking off of a claw. There we go. Gotta have one of these tasty claws while you're ripping the show. So, enjoy whatever beverage it is that you enjoy. Well, we're in here enjoying the nerdy talk. Sloth Bowl Energy Drink Gaming Grotto. Well, we probably should make it nice and super official. We'll turn off all of these. We'll turn off all of these things. All of these little potential talky points is what we'll do. And we'll do it like normal. Coming to you live from the Sloth Bowl Energy Drink Liquid Gaming Grotto. It's the Unnamed Webshow, Episode 2, starring me, Phantom Sloth. All right, guys, so we're a week and a couple days removed from the first episode of the show, which we, went really well, went really good. So here we are, Episode 2 for the internet, So we gotta do the internet things and talk. And first up, I want to talk about the CW. Everyone knows I love the CW. I love Riverdale. I love The Flash. I mean, I probably would love a bunch more shows that they had on there if I knew what they were. But I love those two things. And this week we had the conclusion of Crisis on Infinite Earths. And with it, The Flash met The Flash. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Probably, because it was all over everywhere. But during one of the Flash's little run-ins across the multiverse, he runs into Ezra Miller's, I don't know, whatever you want to call this awfully costumed Flash, man. Poor Ezra Miller. He's a solid actor, but man, his Flash costume is the fucking worst. It's the worst. He looks like he's some sort of Portland bike lane vigilante. That's who he looks like. He's the Crimson Cycler. He's the Power Peddler. He's the fixed gear fighting man. I don't know. He just doesn't look like the Flash. It looks super dumb. Even like Armored Flash in the video games doesn't look that dumb. He looks like a Power Ranger they introduced late after they ran out of stock footage to use. But enough ripping on Ezra Miller. Unhand that sandwich. It's not Viagging. That's how you pronounce it correctly in the deep, appropriate hipster ways. But, I mean, all in all, their interaction was pretty cool. Like, it turned out, it was nice to see the two of them on screen together. It was really cool to see DC acknowledge that their TV shows exist in their same universe. Unlike my particular favorite Marvel, who's like, yeah, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Daredevil don't really exist. I mean, they exist, but, like, no one talks about it or cares about it or gives a shit. But at least this was like, yeah, our TV shows all take place in an alternate universe. And at some point, maybe they'll cross over. And that some point was this week during Crisis on Infinite Earths. And so the only part of this that I thought was kind of stupid was the fact that Grant Gustin names Ezra Miller. So Ezra Miller's not the Flash when he shows up and he's like, oh, wow, the Flash. That's a wicked sick name, dude. Maybe I should be the Flash. Like, motherfucker, you are the Flash. It's not like maybe you should be called the Flash, too. You are the Flash. The end. Like, it's just ridiculous. But, it's the DC film universe, so I'm not expecting too much from them. And to get that little cameo might be the best DC movie-related thing that I've seen yet. So, hats off to you guys. And while I got your ear, CW, since the ball's in your court, can you fucking bring back Constantine? I swear to God, someone bring back Constantine immediately. That first season of Constantine, dude, So good. So unbelievably good. That show was insanely good. And it just got pooped on because NBC was like, it just didn't do as good as we needed it to. And see, you know, and now that all the Berlanti characters are all over on CW, why don't we just make another season of Constantine? I mean, they already love him on Legends of Tomorrow. Just get after it, you jerks. But moving on over to a very, very trailer-filled week. Holy balls, was this a trailer-filled week. First up, a trailer I actually watched about 15 minutes prior to going live tonight. That would be Guns Akimbo. Oh my God, do I need this movie. I need this movie so bad. This movie looks so unbelievably awesome. Basically, you know, the trailer, which, you know, there'll be links after the fact. We'll have links to all this in the descriptions in the YouTube shit. So if you're watching this, you know, posthumously, we'll have links to it. And maybe next week, you know, once we've fully got our shit together, maybe we'll actually watch the trailers together and I'll commentary over them if that's something anyone fucking wants, is me talking over, basically being the guy you're like, shut the fuck up in the movie theater too. So, but Guns Akimbo, basically Harry Potter is a video game developer who gets picked up by a terrorist organization that take two like murderers or like terrorists or just crazy people and make them fight to the death so everyone in the world fucking loves it. Until they pick him up as just a random guy and he's getting chased down by this killer. And basically he has these super high like capacity pistols bolted into his hands and he cannot let them go. All he can do is pull the trigger. And so basically it's like Crank, but with Harry Potter who can't stop doing any, like, only shooting at people. Like, that's incredible. Like, it's incredible that that's a movie that's getting made. Like, there's money behind this movie, and I cannot wait for it. Like, it's so awesome. It's so awesome. Another bit of awesome trailer news that we had this week. We got ourselves the second Black Widow trailer, which is largely like the first one, but we get a little bit more shots of Taskmaster doing his thing, and I'm starting to like fall in love with downhill slalom skiing Taskmaster. I'm starting to get into him being that way. We get to see him use the shield to block some bullets. We get to see him throw the shield like Cap, use his sword and bow and arrow. Like, we get to see him do all of those things in this new trailer. It's pretty great. We also get to hear Red Guardian have a rebuttal to the Widow gals who are like, you got fit. And he's just like, it is all water weight. And so he's going to just lose it all because it's water weight, you know? Sometimes you have a shitload of water weight when you're stuck in Russian prison. That's just everyone knows that. That's a thing that everyone knows. Moving into, we're starting this one on a high level. The trailer reviews this week are starting high, and by the end, I'm just going to be dropping steamy dumps on the trailers at the very end. So now we're in the middling area. We're in the middle of the pack, so to speak, and the middle of the pack is led by none other than yet another Spider-Man villain getting his own movie. That's Jared Leto in 30 Minutes to Morbius. This is Michael Morbius, the living vampire from Spider-Man, getting his own movie, coming out sometime later this year. It's later this year. I can't remember what time later this year it's out, but it is out later this year. And they're trying to basically take the shot of getting another Venom, basically, where it's like, from the studio that brought you Venom, and in association with Marvel, which might be the most intriguing, well, not the most, second most intriguing thing that happens in this trailer is in association with Marvel. The first movie to ever have that as its placard. Not just the Marvel Studios thing that pops up as like, hey, it's a Marvel character, you should like this. But in association with Marvel. And they also say from the studio that brought you Far From Home and Spider-Man Homecoming. So it's some kind of interlocking partnership between the studios, which is intriguing because what happens in the trailer, there are a couple shots that make you ask the question, what universe does this movie take place in? Because there's a shot where he's running down an alley, and in the alley, there's a giant poster of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man with the word murderer spray painted over it. Which, if we're doing this on a Marvel timeline, I would assume that would be everyone saying that Peter Parker killed Mysterio. Spoiler alert. And but it's a picture of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man that the words are spray painted over. So that's weird. But then at the end of the trailer, we get this post-credit stinger in the trailer that is Adrian Toomes, Michael Keaton from Spider-Man Homecoming, the MCU movie, who's like, you tired of being a good guy? What's up, Doc? Why are you so sad? And it's just like, is it in the MCU universe? Or what? Is this like a weird fractured version of yet another universe where Spider-Man was still Tobey Maguire, but like the Vulture is still Michael Keaton? Like, lots of questions are being asked by this trailer. Visually, it was very good, though. Like, visually, it worked out quite well. Michael Morbius looks good. He looks a lot like the living vampire from the comics. There's just one like major problem with it for me, and that is that I do not give a fuck about Michael Morbius. I've never cared about him in the comics, do not care about him now, and I will see this movie because I got AMC A-list, so I can go see 3 movies a week. But I will not be going like opening night. I'll probably go like second week, you know, closer to the middle of its run, and just go see it on an off day. And just kind of sit there and wolf down a big old tub of popcorn, you know. So I don't know about this trailer. Another trailer I'm on the fence about, but feeling better about than the previous one. There's a new trailer for Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of a One Harley Quinn, which, by the way, do not make your movie title so fucking long for no reason. Like, I get that it's like, haha, the joke is that we made a long movie title instead of just calling it Birds of Prey. But, like, man, like, your movie shouldn't be a complete sentence. Like, just shouldn't be. Just shouldn't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that. Please be better about it. You know what I mean? But in this trailer, we get to, you know, we get name bans on don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Of course. But we do get to see all the characters. We get to see Huntress. We get to see young Cassie Kane, which is, you know, a little bit interesting choice to make Cassie Kane so young. We get to see Black Canary, and you get to see actually her using her abilities as opposed to just kind of being an Arrow-esque knockoff, as most people probably know her from the TV shows. And you can see Harley Quinn doing Harley Quinn shit. We get to see her hyenas, which was nice. It's nice to see like the fan servicey things in the trailer, because at the very end, Cassie Kane's like, "My God, is that a hyena?" She's like, "Yeah, I named him after that dishy Bruce Wayne guy." I was like, that's hilarious. She named the hyena Bruce after Bruce Wayne. Love it. That's great. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock with that. Let's do it. And then probably the bigger thing for me as someone who really likes Roman Sionis as a character in the comics, Black Mask actually dons the black skull, so Ewan McGregor will wear the skull, but the skull kind of looks a little wishy-washy when they show him in it. It looks a little like Cobra Commander in the first G.I. Joe, you know? It doesn't have that appropriate feel to it that you're like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, Roman Sionis with the Black Mask, oh yeah, but it definitely is like, it's more like Nanomites, the perfect killing machine. Shut up, Cobra Commander. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a goddamn national treasure. That man played Dr. Mindbender and Cobra Commander in the same movie. What a guy. What a terrible movie that I love to watch every now and again. Fucking playing Dr. Mindbender and Cobra Commander. They made Dr. Mindbender be Cobra Commander. What an incredibly intriguing cinematic choice. Now, gotta get to the taking hot steamy dumps part of the show. we got to take a hot, steamy dump. We got to take one. We got to put it right down. We're going to drop our buns right on top of this next trailer because, Vin Diesel, what are you doing? Bloodshot looks so bad. And if this is supposed to be the movie that kicks off the Valiant movie universe, there ain't going to be one. It's just never going to happen. We're not going to get Man of War. We're not going to get any of that shit. This Bloodshot looks fucking awful. It looks like the worst parts of Alita Battle Angel mixed with the worst parts of Fast and the Furious mixed with the worst parts of, I don't know, a shitty ASMR video. How about that? We'll use that as a comedy comes in threes, motherfuckers. It's a big Hit that. That was a really big Oh, you know it's good when you can laugh at your own dumb attempts at comedy. But Bloodshot basically is a dude who can't be killed. He's like a hitman who just, Vin Diesel's superhero, Dex. He's in this he's got tons of robots inside of his body that instantly heal him when he gets hurt, and he's being controlled by an evil corporation to do their like hitman shit. Pretty weak shit. Nanomites. Cobra Commander himself filled him with nanomites, and now Cobra has the ultimate killing machine. A gravelly voiced super Vin Diesel, who, depending on where you look in the trailer, he kind of looks like Bloodshot sometimes, and he kind of doesn't look like Bloodshot sometimes. But basically, he's Vin Diesel, who's unkillable. And it looks fucking awful, and it's super dumb. And Guy Pearce is in it. And so's the dude who played Dr. Doom in the last Fantastic Four. He's in there, too, sucking it up. But you should watch the trailer, because it's fucking terrible. Go watch the trailer after you get done watching this, because it's fucking terrible. Not terrible, though. The gameplay trailer for Joker in Mortal Kombat 11. I was laughing my ass off, and kind of makes me want to buy the Combatants pack. Combatants with a K, mind you. And I gotta say, there's only one missed opportunity for me. There's a move that he does that a wheelchair rolls up, and he grabs whomever's in the wheelchair by their ankles, and he swings their body into his opponent. I was hoping, and this is so fucked up, clearly fucked up in the head, I am, but I was hoping that it would be Batgirl. I was hoping that it would be Batgirl or her as Oracle, because the him shooting her in the spine and paralyzing her, it would have been amazing, right? It would have been so fucking dope. So it would be so amazing if he just has an endless supply of Oracle / Batgirl on tap to whack people with her paralyzed paralyzed body. She's very much so still alive. But it's just they're just like some Joker thugs, which is fine because it's still a very hilarious beat. And during his I can't remember what they're called. They're not fatalities, which he does have a really cool one at the end of the video. But he does the Heath Ledger put a smile on that face because he reaches over someone's head and flips the blades into their mouth and then splits the side of their face open, and they have the big cuts. So he cuts a smile into their face. And I was like, this is a really well thought out Joker character. I was like, that's pretty badass. And like they had him do that, and then he has like the really cool fan cane, and then like there's a part where he breaks out a Batman like sock puppet character. He's like, I'll save you, and then a gun comes out of the mouth and like shoots the guy in the face. I was like, this character is fantastic. This is so fantastic. And he's using the new redesigned face because I think like a month or two ago, people hated how the face looked. It wasn't like witch nose enough. It wasn't like he looked too like pretty and too like clean, and they just didn't like it. So they redesigned the face on him, and now everything is perfect apparently. So, I was way into that trailer, like really, really, really into that trailer. And I was like, you know what? I might just have to buy that Combatants pack. Plus, it looks like you get, if you buy that Combatants pack, you also get the Batman Who Laughs as a skin for Joker. which is pretty awesome, right? So like you'll get the I would assume that, I mean, I can't go out and say it, but he's probably the most popular recent Batman character, you know? So you get him in addition to all that stuff. But we also got a new trailer for Doom Eternal this week, and it made me want to reinstall Doom, and I'm probably going to do it after I get off of this episode. Because I was going to play Outer Wilds tonight, Outer Wilds and Fortnite, but now I might just say fuck all of that and play nothing but Doom Eternal. Not Doom Eternal. I wish I had Doom Eternal. That comes out in March. But I might just be playing fucking Doom. Because it was so much fun. That game is so good. So unbelievably good. That's all I had to say about that. It's not like a critique or anything. It's great. I can't wait for it to come out. Rounding out our last of our topics, though, and this thing surprised me greatly, just like it surprised literally everyone else in like the music world, and that was Eminem put out an album today. And Eminem is continuing his tradition of hit, miss with his albums. For me personally, and I guess in my own personal opinion, his last album super sucked, and that album prior to that was Turbo Fire. And so this one is, I've only listened to 12 of the 18 songs on there, but man, is it good. Even the song with Ed Sheeran is good. And I loved it. I loved it thus far. And anything with Royce da 5'9" Royce da 5'9" is just a hit. That dude is so talented. It's such a great record. I mean, maybe the back 7 are so shitty that I might just be like, I lied. It sucked. And I'll have to issue a retraction next week on the show. But for now, I'm saying that it's really, really good and that you all should listen to it. It's on Spotify or Apple Music or probably it's probably on Napster, Friendster, MySpace Music, any of those platforms that you enjoy listening to your music on. If you're one of those guys who has like YouTube videos open on the treadmill while you're running, go listen to it on there. I bet it's on there too. And in closing, this isn't a topic so much, but more of like I'm sad about it. There have been 3 high-profile game delays announced in the last 2 days. First and foremost, Cyberpunk 2077 isn't coming out until September now, which super sucks because I was very excited for that game. Final Fantasy VII's remake is getting delayed, and the Avengers game, which is looking more and more promising as they keep releasing stuff, is also getting delayed. And it really is a bummer that all those are getting delayed, especially for the fact that none of these games are getting delayed so they can work at a regular pace. They're getting delayed, and they're still saying that crunch time is going to come, and all these game devs are going to get crushed under the wheel. And as someone who's worked in a really, really hard crunch environment on multiple movies and TV shows, that shit fucking sucks. So, like, I feel bad for them. I feel bad as a player that I don't get to play the game in the time frame that they said we would. And it's just kind of a bummer, man. So that's shitty because all of those games are on my radar to play. Well, actually, I mean, Final Fantasy VII I've already beaten when I was but a young lad, way back in the day. Hey, Nightbot, thanks for popping that in the chat there. If you do have a Prime account, you can sub to Phantom Sloth for free. Thanks, Nightbot. You did your job. We appreciate you doing that. So, in closing, this is going to be a shorter one. I'm trying to keep them to 30 minutes, which is why I'm talking so fast, so I move through so many topics. We will inevitably hit one that's going to be like an hour long. I'm guessing that next Wednesday, when we do the Avengers Endgame, start to finish, where I just break down all the things I love about it, scene selection. We're going to have all sorts of screen grabs showing like angles and like blocking in scenes and how well it was done and how all of these things, like, you know, story symmetry and all those things. We're going to break all that down. We might run long next week, but so it goes. That's kind of the best part about a web show, right? Is that there are no limits to what we get to do with it. So again, I thank you guys all so much for watching this, whether you're watching on Twitch, which you can go ahead and hit that follow, and then that way you will get the notification of when we go live with the gaming streams and with the web show streams. Or if you're watching it posthumously on YouTube. I greatly appreciate you watching these episodes on YouTube. It's YouTube's always been a passion of mine. If you guys don't already know, I run a relatively popular YouTube channel called Evil Ice Cream Pictures. Not very well at the moment because I've been very busy with work. But thank you. Thank you so much for all that stuff. So, again, you guys are awesome. I've been Phantom Sloth. This is Unnamed Webshow Episode 2, and I will see you guys next time. I greatly, greatly appreciate you. Good night.